All right, guys, and we're back. We just left Hector at Brazil. Now we're with Darlene. She is at the vintage store downtown. We are going to be talking about your different events and the different items that you sell. Before we get started with that, tell me a little bit about, well, first of all, the name of the store, where they could find it, and what the purpose of it is.
Well, you're here with me at Jane Jensen Nostalgia Shop. Located at 305 South El Paso Street. I've been roughly here for 7 months. I've had a little storefront before in front of a big grill yard. I think everyone that's been supporting me since then, this April will be my 2nd year in business.
Right.
But it is a little collective here. I decided to name it the Continental Collective to go after the history of the building. It's a Continental dry goods building. We have several local small businesses operating from in here. I want to support as many small local businesses as we can because, when I rise, we all rise together.
Darlene, tell me a little bit about your history. Are you from El Paso, and how did you get into all this?
I'm not, but I feel like I am. I'm from California. I did move here when I was little, so El Paso is home. I started going to antique shops with my parents when I was real young. I developed a love for all history behind it. I know a little bit about everything in the shop. I've curated everything. And my love of that translated into this project that now I'm building, hopefully for my kids, for myself, something that we can further explore with all the small businesses coming in and give something back to El Paso that it hasn't seen before.
What's your favorite item in the store so far?
Oh my God, that's a good one. I love a little bit of a haunted history.
Yes.
So it's the little things that have a little bit of history, maybe some of my little porcelain dolls that have a little bit of a look to them, or some of my brass pieces.
I see. And so you talked about a collective. There's various vendors here, and you mentioned the market, some food trucks, pet adoption. Tell me about it.
Yes. So I have the space now, and I've been hosting local small markets inside the shop. So you never have to worry about the El Paso heat or the El Paso winter. I host about 12 different vendors here inside the shop. We have pet adoptions coming up this Saturday at our Tim Burton Valentine's Market. We have food trucks outside. We'll have music, DJ. I try to do them themed. So our amazing vendors will bring something themed with any of the Tim Burton movies. So you can come and get all those treasures here.
And that's every weekend?
I host that once a month, and I also host other local organizations and their events here. We've had mental health awareness, runway shows, fashion shows. We've hosted several small pop-ups, so it lends itself out to that kind of space.
So in 2 years of doing business in El Paso, what's been your biggest lesson?
You know what? Small business is hard.
Yeah.
You have to show up. If I could tell anyone starting off, finding the difficulties that they're coming across, especially in a small, big city like El Paso is you have to show up and you have to keep going. There's no other way.
So just showing up is half the battle, right?
It is.
And so
as long as you believe in your product too. You have to love what you're doing. And I love what I'm doing here.
Yeah, no, and you could tell. And again, you have invested yourself in the history of all these items. So are you reading up on it? Are you researching? Are you going out looking for specific items? What's your method?
I do. When I believe that I manifest a lot of the treasures that I find, because sometimes I'm looking for phones, for cameras. I love vintage and antique radios, things like that. But when I do find something that I think that somebody else might love and like it'll be a treasure that they'll be able to take home, I try to find as much about it as possible. Since I do shop locally and I do shop from people that are selling these treasures themselves, I can get backstories.
Yeah.
And then what I can't, then I research like there's no tomorrow, because the history part is what I love.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. I think that's probably the funnest part of it. I find myself recently going around and doing little history bits around town, and it's been one of the funnest things I've done with this program.
Which is why I wanted to come on here.
Exactly. We're actually right next to the Merrick building. We just got revamped. So if you guys want to find the Continental Dry Goods, it's right next to the Merrick building.
I'm the history nerd here. So including this building, I don't know if you know a little bit, I'm sure you do. But one of the stories is that this used to be a Confederate cemetery. This building was actually one of El Paso's first undertakers. There's even photographs with the name in the front of the building. Of course, it's been remodeled in the last 40 years or so, but we do have a little bit of a haunted story here. We do have that history, and it's amazing.
That's awesome. And pretty soon, we're going to have Darlene having a special segment to tell us all about just that. Tell me what's next for you.
I just want to continue this year. We'll see. I'm hoping to have our 1-year anniversary here in April, host a lot more markets. We are bringing in a lot of local small businesses that are going to have a permanent place here in the shop instead of traveling around, and just continue to build up this community. I really want to work with the downtown district management. I want to elevate downtown to what it used to be. I miss that energy that downtown had, and I believe that all these little businesses are taking its treasures and everything that it has to offer to El Paso and bringing it downtown. It's changing the face of El Paso as well.
And we definitely need more of that mentality. Darlene, thank you so much for the opportunity to get to know a little bit about you and your shop. Before we let you go, anything we should know?
Our Saturday market is from 1 to 5 p.m. It's a Tim Burton Love Stories market. So bring the family. It's family friendly. We'll have on-site pet adoptions with Two Rivers Dog Rescue. And as always, support local. We can't do this without your support.
And if you're missing this because you're seeing it on Sunday, the day right after the market, she'll have another market month from then.
And everything is on my Instagram and Facebook through our link tree, including vendor positions are available there as well.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Stick around, guys.